Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Rad Garage. I'm sitting in this really cool black S5 convertible. It's a 2010. It's got very low clicks. It's only got 41,000 clicks on it. Well loved, well enjoyed by my friend Mark and his family, and it means an awful lot to them. And I love working on cars that mean an awful lot to their owners. So I'm going to drop the top here and talk a little bit more about today's project. Here we go. So there we go, we've got the top dropped. I'm going to be performing an interior as well as an exterior detail. I'll be integrating as many of the Bola Solution products that I own as possible. I hope you'll stick around because there's a couple of other things that I want to share with you. One being my new paint thickness gauge by my friends at KAiWEETS. I'm excited about this one. Stick around.
don't know, when did we lose control? Stuck in the same old place, trying to make some sense. Don't wait too long to hold me closer. Don't wait too long when the storm is over. There goes my dream, I know. I'm not feeling sure. Give me some time to go. I wanna dream again. Don't wait too long. Hold me closer. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long to dream again. Don't wait too long. Hold me closer. Don't wait too long. I don't know, when did we lose control? Stuck in the same old place, trying to make some sense. Don't wait too long to hold me closer. Don't wait too long when the storm is over. There goes my dream, I know. I'm not feeling sure. Give me some time to go. I wanna dream again. Don't wait too long. Hold me closer. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long to dream again. Don't wait too long. Hold me closer. Don't wait too long.
Welcome to day 2 of the Audi S5 project. Today I will be polishing this beautiful black car using Soul by Oberk, one of my favorite one-step polishes. In this video I'll introduce you to one of my new toys. I want to thank the team at KAiWEETS for sending me this paint thickness meter. I learned a lot about this through a video Brian Webster dropped on his channel, Fab Automotive Detailing. I'll drop that link below. Brian does an in-depth review on this and another KAiWEETS paint thickness meter. Thank you, Brian, because you helped me get this thing set up and calibrated. How this works, for those of you who don't know, is it measures the paint down to the metal. So you calibrate it using these little metal samples, and then you put different thicknesses of clear film and you calibrate it so it knows how much depth there is down to the metal. The parts of the car that receive the least clear coat are the door jambs. I took a door jamb reading and it came out to be about 3. And that gives you a base figure to work with and compare with other parts of the car. So I went around the entire car, I measured the thickness of the paint on the hood, the trunk, and the sides. Anyway, this is a great little tool. It's a little bit of an upgrade from the one I used to use. So thank you again, KAiWEETS, thanks for your patience. And thank you, Brian, for doing such an in-depth review that you allowed me to get this set up in no time. Like I said, today I'll be using Oberk's medium sole polish. This is a great one step. I anticipate that this will do a good job of providing the light correction this car requires, as well as leaving it very glossy. So without further ado, let's get this show rolling. Stick around. right, thanks for sticking around till the end. This was my first time working with the Bola Solution. What did I start with? I started with Evo, and then I topped with Max. Evo, Papa Smurf, you were right. This stuff dries quick. By the time you've finished your crosshatch, this stuff is starting to turn into glue. So you got to work pretty quick with it. The Max was much more user-friendly. I left that on there for 5-10 minutes. It just wipes off so super easy. So super easy, you wonder if it's actually doing anything. The proof will be in the pudding when Mark takes this for its first car wash at least a week from now. I also want to say thanks to my friend David at Oberk. The sole was the right polish for this project. I really love this car. I gotta commend Audi for just the wonderful designs they've been able to come up with over the years. This car on a design level just makes so much sense and ticks so many boxes. And speaking of ticking boxes, I want you to tick the subscribe button and click the like button, and make sure you click the little notification bell so you can keep tabs on all the things that'll be happening this summer here at Rad Garage. And until next video, stay rad, everyone.